Johnny boy. Hey, I gotta tell you something. I'm your brother. I know your life is safe right now, but your brother does. So you need to know you fucked up with the roster chicks. You gave them wrong advice, and that's on you. That's on you. You gave them wrong advice. They should have went off their Steve's dick, Mike's dick, fucking the Warthog's dick, Kelleher's dick, even Meeker's dick. They could have gone out there any dick besides Kurt. Kurt's the big swimming dick. You fucking idiot. Thanks.
It's the Mincel, Intel, if you couldn't F Intel, and how we got bewitched by the Kirk Min spell. It just doesn't sit well, this should've happened sooner. Minna fans get 80 shows, keep on laughing boomers. It's time for the new ones to explain how we arrived at the Church of Podcast Jesus, and now we see the light. Don't need a Steve or Mike just to make the evening right. We're bringing new school to YouTube and we keep it live. It's the Mincel, Intel.
Mincel, Intel.
It's the Mincel, Intel.
Mincel, Intel.
It's the Mincel, Intel.
The Mincel, Intel.
It's the Mincel, Intel.
Mincel.
Intel.
Around me are familiar faces.
Those heartwarming moments in sports where you just, oh!
One knew me, no one knew me. Hello, teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me.
Shout out to me for promoting Gig Show and our show, guys. I just forgot about that. This is the segment where Will has asked me to describe to the fans why Will is back on the show. I will address it like this. I asked Kirk before, and he said, yeah. So I will now address the other reasons why. And then Will said I had to tell Nick, come in sternly. Best producer in the business.
Wow. Wow.
Was that good, Will? Was that good? I thought I did good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know you're on our show. Will was
I know,
like,
I'm happy
you
about
need
it.
to make a public statement of why I'm on your show. I'm like, I don't know if you're even on our show, but I was like, you're on our show.
Hey, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We had a fun weekend, I think, everybody. BA, how was your birthday, bud?
Birthday was good. No regrets. Yeah. A lot of great banter between me and some of my buddies, online, offline. It was great. It was a great time. Yeah, a couple voicemails, a couple DMs, couple periscopes, for the boys. We do it all for the boys here.
Yeah. So, Will, how was your weekend, pal?
Yeah, it was pretty good, man. I found myself. I did a lot of introspective thinking. I
didn't think it would go this much.
I found myself.
Hey, wait, Will, I have a question.
I was like, maybe I don't know why. Right there, I was like, I'm gonna make this joke. Okay, I'm gonna make this joke of how all of us had real shitty fucking weekends.
Well,
I knew I should have done Will last because he's just gonna go and ruin the whole thing.
I just want to know,
Free Willy, bro. I just got stoned and hung out all weekend. There was like no.
Will. So how many? Let's go on the record. How many credits did you get? Come on, let's go on the record.
He failed the class, dude. He failed the class.
Failed the class?
Yeah, he failed the class.
How did he get 8 credits?
4 per semester. I was an 8-month intern.
Credits per semester.
Summer fun.
I'm taking 50 at least. I'm taking at least 15 credits a semester, bro.
Yeah.
Well, or Phil, you look like an 18 credit guy.
No,
you're an 18 credit guy.
That's way too much.
I'm an 18 credit guy with the 4 from the internship that I no longer have.
Okay. So we all pretty much.
Sorry for getting fired. Sorry that you got.
Wait. Real quick, Justin wants me to address Mountain Dew Code Red. It's not the best, but it's probably top 5. I would say.
Mountain Dew Code Red is a clear second to.
I don't know.
Baja Blast. Baja Blast is the best.
I like
thing.
the white one.
We can't get into this debate right now. We're just
move on. Yeah. We answered the question. We're good.
I had a kind of a little tip for us. I think we should
Livewire. Fuck off, Nick.
I think Livewire.
Nick is already fired. Livewire.
Already 10 times better producer.
I think, boys, we got to take this subscription service. We may lose 9 out of our 11 viewers. We'll have 2 viewers, and like we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll just talk to those 2 viewers, right? I think that's a move. No,
don't worry. We'll end up with 4.3 thousand views on this video.
When we showed up in the chat, it was just me and you in the intro, and we were like, "Oh man, everyone's gonna miss this fire intro that we missed." That John made.
Oh, at least they'll see.
That's all right. No, the outro is better. So hopefully, like I don't know, we get Buzz or Kirk comes on our show or something. So people, the 9 people last that long. I don't think he would ever come on our show. He'd just come on to yell at us because we all had a shitty weekend. Phil was kind of the one that got away without being in trouble, and then I think I don't know. Did something happen where now he?
Are you in trouble, Phil?
He's playing COD right now.
I'm not playing COD. Hands are up, dude. No.
Yeah, he's playing COD. All right, so what do we got for news? BA, what do you got for news?
What I got? I guess. What do you want me to do? You want me to address my actions?
Yes. We want you to address what the fuck happened Friday.
Yo, remember when this happened like real early or something? I think I've already had to defend you on this too. The tweeting Nardini and stuff.
Yeah, you did that.
Sorry,
I've done it.
Like
this is your second story.
I'm not sorry. I didn't say I'm sorry.
You're on 3 strike 2, man.
I didn't say sorry. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. I may have worded it incoherently, but I stand by what I said. I still think the subscription service is a dumb idea. I think they'll make a boatload more money, but then he's talking to the same 10,000 people or whatever, whoever subscribes over and over, and it loses its relevancy in the media. So I agree with that. Maybe I didn't say that like I did right now, but that's kind of the gist of my point. Plus, it was my birthday, so you could, if it's your birthday, you could cry if you want to.
I think you didn't even do shit on your actual birthday. Like Saturday, you didn't do anything, did you?
Well, I celebrated Friday, and then I usually celebrate on Tuesday.
We know about Friday. What happened Saturday?
Tomato can Minahan.
Old tomato.
That was a good hashtag. That was a good. I don't know if that's what Kirk got mad at, but.
All right. You have any other news, BA, before we jump over to Will?
No. I don't know your guys' news. I thought the Periscope today was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. I talked about it a little.
Periscopes are the best.
Yeah. I like the Periscope. I liked his point there with the cancel, like throwing it back on the cancel culture people. Like you can cancel anyone about anything.
It points out the hypocrisy right there. It's fucking perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I even tweeted out. I was like, "This one's too easy. Cancel Jamel." Like it was so fucking easy, man.
People are saying she bought the views. So that's what
I've seen that too.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that.
That's the stuff about Kirk that I love, where he's showing the hypocrisy in media and stuff. And I would never want that to only be set to 10,000 people on a subscription service.
At Eric and Ardini.
$9.99 is what now?
At everyone.
Tim's here.
Yeah, Tim's here. We're gonna bring Tim and Canton in for education. That's gonna be after. Nick, we're just gonna do a little news, then we'll bring Tim from. Yeah, we got a little bit of news to cover first, and then we want to talk to Tim about some things. Will, what do you got? You want to address the fact that you are
officially a part homeless? I'm officially a part of the we, baby. I'm officially a part of the we. Yeah.
No longer an employee of the show.
So my shit's still gonna, circle out.
So at Sacco, you're not gonna be working now, right? At Sacco?
No. I'm gonna be just a fan, man. And
are you gonna
guys on the show? It's fun. I like doing it. Why not?
Are you gonna tell us how you really feel about Steve now? Like what you've been saying behind closed doors about Steve?
I love Steve.
Are you gonna tell Steve what you've been saying about Steve?
Yeah, now you can tell him. Right?
Yeah, all right, go ahead. Tell Steve what I've been saying about him.
I thought you said he was a great boss and stuff.
He was.
The audacity of you saying you were a Robba fan before.
I was, dude. I was.
The audacity of this fucking kid.
The other bit of news that I have is that I'm getting a haircut tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Now the internship's over.
That's awesome.
He was just doing the hair for content. Everyone knew that.
Yeah. That was just
Oh
content.
yeah, he was just getting dicks. He was just getting dicks on his ass for content by Latino Kirk and by the tattoo artist. Just two dicks on their ass just for content. Willie
People
two
are
credits.
Willie 8 credits.
Willie
motherfucker.
8 credits.
Con credits.
Willie 8 credits. Phil, what do you got? Anything?
I like that.
I've brought on Menners onto Team Phil as my new cricket coach. It's an official
Your
hire.
spin zone of that is hilarious. You saying I brought on Menners is the
I'm
best.
making a team decision. I'm going to improve.
Yeah.
I'm going to become elite under the guidance of Menners. So we've formed like an alliance of sorts at this point.
He was saying that to me too. He's like, I've come around to Phil. It's big news, huge news. Phil and Menners.
Who's new?
Sorry,
Freaking Fred.
I'm really distracted because the chat's like asking me about my AC and shit like that. I have sent.
Yeah, do you have AC in your room? These are
We
the
have
questions.
fucking
Like,
10
wanna
people
know.
in this chat, but it just keeps going off.
He's got a fan going for all the fucking Bitcoin servers. He's
Oh,
got
why
running.
do you have that fan? Why do you have that fan?
It's hot as fuck. It's literally on, dude. It's hot as fuck. What do you mean?
DEC said he runs it, or he works in what's it called? Or MHB said he worked in a call center, but he just runs it right out of his room and he doesn't even have to go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just right out of view.
Do you have anything else for news?
Now, who can get into our first ad read?
Yeah. Will
that all
just
the news?
jumping in. Will just jumping in with a lot more news. We have news. Will, let's hold on.
Yeah, we do.
So I have two things. One, DJ K. He's been kind of quiet lately.
DJ K?
Yeah, we're
got his pee-pee wax, man.
I mentioned it with Kirk when I was on with him a little while ago, but he kind of he's been quiet. What happened? He tweeted from the show, and I just haven't heard from him since. Has he tweeted since?
I don't know.
These questions were to be asked with the intern, who Will is not one of now. So
yeah, some people make mistakes on Twitter. Some people have great moments on Twitter. You know, some people could have a great moment and a mistake at the same time on Twitter. So,
quoting the great Steve from Providence, the redemption tour begins today, as you people are seeing the BA redemption tour.
He's got to tag me. He didn't tag me.
At me, bitch.
At me next time.
At me, bitch. That was the funniest thing I've seen ever. Other than that, I just want to talk about the mashup. Mashup's going pretty good. You guys have been on it. I know, Phil, you're
I don't think I have. Oh, I was on with you.
I'm not going on it.
You're not going on it?
But maybe I will be. We'll see.
I may not be able to go on Wednesday. It's Canada Day. I might be fucked up, and who knows?
What the fuck is Canada Day?
Canada Day, the day we celebrate Canada's independence over, I don't know, for the boys. Canada Day for the boys.
For the boys. All right, cool. So that was my last news was Canada Day. So let's do this. We're doing the Ordway. Oh, good. Will doesn't have to do this. He can just leave and go pee. So we're doing the Ordway Portnoy battle. With what's going on with Portnoy right now, I thought it would be good to throw some Portnoy in right now. We got Tim and Canton coming on. Nick, you could throw him in. Throw Will out. See what happens. Like completely out. Oh my god. Tim and Ken isn't on the show this week. We just have a thing that says Tim and Ken. He's ditching us again.
Is he not here?
He was there just a second ago.
Oh,
maybe he's going pee too. So mashup wise, did you guys watch when Kirk hopped on?
I saw. I don't know. I hopped on after, and I saw Mrs. LK and MHBOBs talking, and I thought that was a funny visual. Those two just. It
was pretty fun. I think they were supposed to have Merch Mouse on that night too, and he couldn't do it, so it was just those two. What a dynamic. What an electric dynamic MHOB. I like that guy. That guy's funny. Tim, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
So, how are you?
So we're bringing you on for Ordway, Portnoy. I don't know if you've watched
the crossover beef. Yeah, I remember this well.
Can I get one thing out of the way first? My parents are not brother and sister. Just saying.
Your parents aren't brother and sister? Oh, no. Didn't answer that.
They're not brother and sister. My parents are not brother and sister.
Are they cousins?
Nope, they're not related in any way, shape, or form. No.
Let's see the records.
You know something about the birth certificates. They have different last names.
So Tim, set us up for what was going on with Portnoy Ordway here.
First, I can I just say about last week. I know you and I went back and forth about me joining, and I had some family matters to take care of. So BA, it wasn't big time in you at all, brother.
Oh, okay.
I watched the show, but I do like the Sally Jesse Raphael glasses he's sporting tonight. What the hell are those?
Eyeglasses?
Yeah.
These are my glasses.
Just no. So a lot of something's different, and people can't figure it out. What's different? He's wearing an LA Crooks hat.
Yeah.
So
he makes glasses look purple.
Oh, dude.
So yeah, he's just a complete. I got a pair of Crocs, and they have the Canadian flag on them, and now he's wearing an LA thing. I'm more Canadian than this guy is.
Yeah, all right. You can take it this week. You got it this week.
All right, so Tim, set us up. What was going on with Ordway and Portnoy here?
So there's no love lost between these two. Back, oh my God, this is 2010 maybe? Between 2010 maybe 2012.
Are you in
around
there?
Huh?
Oh,
there we go.
Who
I don't know what that was.
Okay, so it's back in 2010.
Sorry, yeah, way back when. Wait, what is Will doing here?
I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know. We still don't know.
I don't fucking know.
I made if you missed it, I made a long statement of why Will's here right at the beginning of the episode. It consisted of 2 words.
Might be hands down the most unhealthy YouTube show, unless BA, do you smoke?
Oh, I smoke, yes.
Yeah, I'm getting
we're not healthy. I was literally just grabbing my cigarettes.
I know you are. You don't know who David Brudnoy is, but you remind me of him, John. He was on Nightly in Boston. Obviously, he took calls. He was a talk show host. He was really good. Yeah. And you could hear him sparking up a cigarette every 5 seconds. I think he did it from his house. That's why. And then you could hear him drop the lighter on the table. Sorry, so I'm deviating. So what happened was there was a picture that was put online of Tom Brady's son when he was young, real young, like a toddler maybe, and he was naked.
So it was Howitzer Gate. Yeah. Barstool people know about Howitzer Gate.
Yes.
Yeah, the dick, the baby.
So that's like for Mincels, that's like a big ordeal. Like Howitzer Gate was a big ordeal just because like Barstool people at that time, it was like that was all they talked about. So like from our angle, we knew what was going on at this time, but like the whole Portnoy Ordway thing, like it made no sense to me because I didn't know what EEI was really, you know.
And obviously you could see where everything connected was through Kirk. Because Kirk knew both sides of those worlds. So, and Ordway, so remembering back, if I remember correctly, Ordway got all his information secondhand about what Ordway was saying. Because I think he was on with Michael Hawley at the time, and I believe he was saying Hawley was saying these things. So he gets his information secondhand. Then Portnoy goes on, it doesn't go on. Portnoy is arguing with Ordway and saying, you've got your minions. You're telling your people to attack me. And Ordway is saying, too many words in it. Ordway is saying, no, I didn't. Those were the callers. So they were basically both using proxies to fight this out. But
it's like the commenters were saying this. The commenters were saying, like, you can't blame the comment. It's like when people blame like Kirk for stuff Minifan. Like, I know we're a group, but it's the commenters. We're basically the commenters.
You know, Ordway would have callers on that would say Portnoy was a pedophile, but Ordway never said he wasn't. Then Portnoy would fire back and say, well, you said this, and Ordway saying, I did not say that. Well, Michael Hawley said you said. It was just a typical Dave fight, which was awesome radio because Kirk, he had Portnoy in at the end of the show. Oh, it was so well placed. Right at the crossover when Hawley and Ordway were going to be coming in, and he set it up masterfully.
Yeah, let's run it.
Yeah, let's run it. I like the intro. Yeah,
it's the big baby dick clip, right?
So Nick, you can skip to like a minute because this is the intro.
We had a guns. Glenn was ready to hug you.
He didn't look like it was. I said in the beginning, we had a moment at a Milton's event. So
it's funny too.
I knew
Shout out Milton.
I knew there was no harm coming.
But you know what? I feel so much better,
Sports
David, because after hearing your father say that I really made you, I really feel so much better about life right now. I feel like I've really accomplished something.
He said the event made me. That was incorrect as I called him out. But my dad is also, again, really just figured out what we did like 3 weeks ago.
Rip your dad.
Already.
I love the board.
Just make me put the toilet paper on the shoe.
Go ahead.
So, but your contention
was this Ordway?
is it kind of lied, right?
Well, yes.
Pause it.
Yeah, Nick, pause it.
Pause it. Okay. Tell BA what the voices are here.
No, I know the fatter guy was Ordway in the picture.
Yeah.
The picture.
So, but in a little context, so Ordway is very, very, very well known in Boston. He was a former Celtics play-by-play or
Oh, really?
or else color guy. I forget which, but he broadcast. He did the Celtics broadcast. He has had a radio talk show forever. He's bounced around in different time slots. Alex Reamer will talk a funny story about how in between being at EEI and then getting hired back when he was laid off, how Ordway was trying to do a broadcast from his house in the attic, and he would have Alex over to do the broadcast. Never paid him. Basically say, "Come on, we'll give you some airtime." We did tell him that. So he's been around forever. Now, Ordway was always known for there was some ways that they would describe Ordway that today in this culture you would never ever hear on the radio.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a little guy. He's a fat guy. He's always had that mustache, and he's always had that cropped hair. So people used to call in and call him certain names. But no,
worse.
Worse than you get.
You want to go around?
You want to go around
the room?
Yeah, we should go around and guess. Yeah, go around and guess.
Mount Rushmores of our guesses here, real quick. All right, Nick, play the clip a little bit.
You said you talked about it for 1 hour, which is just a lie.
Yeah, we did not talk about it for a long period of time.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a lie.
Now, you said we talked about it for 4 hours and then the next week or whatever. I was on vacation after that.
2 days.
So, no, the weekend talked about it. The weekend
You talked about it
this is Ordway, the ultimate fence sitter, semantic.
That's a lie to say you
You
did.
may be
He's got
correct about
that
but here's
mustache
where
like
you're
DC
all
might
wrong,
have.
and you keep on bringing this up over and over.
DC does not have a
And
mustache.
that is,
Maybe his
I
persona.
totally disagreed with
Persona.
what you did. That's what we do.
I'm fine with
That's what
that.
you do with Barstool.
I've
all
never
the
said
time,
I had a problem with
okay?
disagreeing.
But you accused me of sending people over to your house with a bat.
No. I
you
didn't
said
say that.
Oh, no, you absolutely
you
said
took callers who said
The
he
fuck
deserved
is
to get
Ordway
his
getting
head
that
beaten with
information?
Yes,
bat.
and I read your site and I read the comments on there, and you get the same stuff.
They're
That's not
totally
business.
different.
It's no different.
When you have people calling
Comments
your
and
radio
callers are
show
the same thing,
and
Dave.
you basically are agreeing.
Yo, can you pause it?
Disagree.
Our commenters
Disagree.
know me.
That's actually
So-
a point that Portnoy's continued to make, like to this day, that the spoken word isn't as important as something that's in writing.
That's written. And
yeah, so he's been pretty consistent on that front.
I mean,
Dave
Dave is ready to just throw stuff out there and fight, and then
you
bring
can
up
tell.
God only knows what. But Ordway is known as the ultimate fence sitter. You could ask him, who do you think will win this game? He will never give you an answer. That's what he's known for. He is Mr. down the middle of his own co-host.
He's on the fence.
He is the ultimate fence sitter. His own
The
co-host
opposite of
will
Jack
say that.
Edwards.
Yes. Portnoy is the ultimate. I have an opinion, and this is it, and I'm going to stick to it.
And he'll die for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Even if
Ordway
he's
will
wrong
fight to the death
sometimes.
for no
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
And if you listen to what Ordway is saying, it's all semantics. Well, it wasn't 2 days. Well, we're going to add up the number of hours. Okay, it doesn't equal 24 hours, but it is over 2 hours over 4 days. 4 days. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, run that.
Go ahead, Nick. Thanks, producer.
Our commenters know me. The
Disagree.
people calling your show had no idea. You made it sound like I was a pedophile in the bushes taking a picture.
That was funny. I love how easy
You expect me to defend myself, and then you lied about what happened later. That's why I
first
hated
of all,
you.
I never said, well, you can hate me all you want. Your father loves me. So you can hate me
Well,
all you want.
Boom.
Yeah. But the thing is that I didn't lie to you. I told you the truth. First of all, I didn't call you personally because I didn't know you. That's like him calling
What
Rick
do you?
you don't know the guy. You don't
Time
call him.
out. I was
Here's
on
what
the
I
station
wanted.
at
But
the
we
time.
weren't allowed to have
That
you on.
is
We were not
such a
allowed to
lie
have
by
you
Ordway.
on.
We wanted to.
Nick,
We
stop
wanted to
real
have
quick.
That
Good,
was on Weekly.
good page to stop on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, put that picture back up.
Yeah,
Nick.
put it back up.
Yeah,
we
Nick,
can
yeah,
talk,
leave
we can
that there.
talk.
Oh wow. Who is
we can
that?
talk.
That's Jay Hammy, isn't it?
No, is that?
Yeah, it's Jay Hammy.
Wow, good for her. Good for Portnoy. I lost what I was gonna say.
Who's Jay Hammy?
No, I said I just reacted to Jay Hammy.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Jay-
she was smart.
Okay,
But Tim, it's like what you were saying before. It seems like he keeps going on this semantical battle where he's like, "Oh, I don't know who you are." It's like they're on the station together, right?
Portnoy's
They
the
obviously
fucking king of semantics. He was on
So-
Weekly with them for a while.
Yeah, so Portnoy was, and they'll explain this in a little bit. Portnoy was an employee of EEI at this time, right? This is EEI, obviously. Right?
Contracted, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
done
means he's an
talking about-
employee.
I'm done talking
But-
Yeah,
about
he was.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so did he so he would go on in like different spots or something, but would he just go on like the Kirk and Callahan show or the Dean or the Dennis and Callahan show, or would he go on other radio shows as well?
You know what? That's a great question, but I really mostly listen to DNC, then KNC, and that's where I would hear Portnoy. So a good question, but I will say this: for Ordway to say, I don't know you. Again, semantics. He knows full well who Dave Portnoy was, way beyond them. This guy is one of the biggest gossip guys around. Kirk has said it a million times. He loves Ordway. He gets a lot of information from him. Glenn knows everybody. Everybody knows Glenn. For him to be that disingenuous and say he doesn't know Portnoy, that's a lie. And what again, semantics we think. Well, what level do you know me at? Do you have my phone number? No. But do you know Dave Portnoy as, by the way, a huge entity at this point? This is right before going to New York. There's no way.
So just to give a little history lesson for Barstool at this time, Portnoy was working for them contracted just because he was in the deal of what went to Sirius. So Barstool was going to be a radio station basically for EEI. And he was in the middle of that kind of where New York was about to happen. The takeover was about to happen, and Zambrano himself, and this kind of was the schism in that deal. Like that was going to be what was. I mean, he explains it a little bit in this clip too. So
John, you just brought up. I know we got to get back to the clip, but you brought up another great fight that. Well, I don't think they actually had an on-air fight. No, but Portnoy hates Zambrano.
Oh yeah.
The Carabas thing. The Carabas thing was great.
Oh, that's actually that'd be a good education. Nick, write that down.
Nick.
He's become the best producer. He's become the best producer this week. I'll tell you what. He's been sending emails of the lineup, like what we were. I was like, where the fuck was this the whole time?
I know, man. I was under a lot of stress and knew that could and would be held against me, and it bit me right in the butthole, I think.
Nick, are you able to mute Will? Like you can mute him?
He can.
Oh, nice, beautiful.
Nice. Okay, so let's go back to the clip, Nick. Fast forward just a little bit. I would say to about halfway mark.
Yeah, because
it's 10 minutes, and we'll go to about 35.
Now, by the way, this is all crossover when they're supposed to be playing that.
They wouldn't allow me.
I don't believe that. I do not. I believe that. I believe it happened that fast in real time when he started talking to me. Instantly, you couldn't put me on.
That day's different. I agree.
Exactly. So you talked about this for 4 hours.
They would not allow me to.
So crap. It happened too fast.
What happened?
Check with this.
So the second you start talking about it, you couldn't have me on.
Within 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh crap!
So you're saying
the story was already out. Your picture was on. That thing was already.
The first one who
it was already a
about
story.
You were. Yeah, you were, Glenn.
It was out there. It was all over the internet. What are you talking about?
On a site called Barstool Sports. There was nowhere else till you talked about it.
It was out on the internet everywhere. People were commenting on it.
Glenn, it was only on our site. You were
to
one.
Your credit,
all right, Nick, stop it real quick. This is like the best Portnoy, dude. I love when he is right and in an argument. This is why I love when Kirk and Portnoy are actually going at it and both sides know they're right, because those two on the playing field is unstoppable. Like I love it. Like Portnoy battles on the radio. He's good at it. And Kirk is the best at it. So I love that.
It's I think like we caught kind of the end of it, but he was saying something like, oh, you could have had me on. You could have had me on to talk about it. And then I think he says something along those lines where it goes to show, like, if this was Kirk talking about Portnoy doing anything, he would have Portnoy on within a second, right? Or
and Portnoy would, yeah.
Right? He does it every day on the pod. Call this person. Call him up. And,
exactly.
and you can hear Kirk's silence. He just feeds a little bit here and there, and then he just shuts up. You wouldn't even know Jerry was there.
I was going to. I that's one big thing. Jerry is like Jerry only talks in this clip when somebody says something that he gets caught in kind of a lie. Like, oh wait, that did happen to me too. I just didn't say it yet. Jerry just takes the back seat until he's like kind of thrown under the bus and gets back in the back seat. That's another thing, Tim, I was going to say, though. Kirk kind of takes a back seat here because I think he's really kind of like playing the field to see who was right here. And then, I don't know. I don't know what the situation was, though, if Kirk knew or whatnot.
I think he definitely knew, but I think he just let it play out, and it plays out beautifully. And I can tell you that from listening to Glenn for a long time, he must have been incredibly uncomfortable. The only arguments he would get in were again, semantical things like statistics or completion percentage, stuff like that.
All like
that's
sports related.
Yes,
Stuff.
yeah. Hardly ever personal. But he must have been so uncomfortable that he was actually confronted by the person that he couldn't hang up on him.
Well,
Dave's
you could
in
tell.
the studio.
Yeah, you could tell right at the beginning of this clip, and we skipped over it. But right at the beginning, Kirk or Jerry, I think, say it. Like this is the shit Kirk loves to be in these situations. Like I think Kirk says, "I get a hard on for the tension in the air right now." He's like, Jerry's like, you love this shit, but like you could tell Kirk is sitting back and loving this. Like this was kind of like the fight in the mashup chat today, where like I was like, I'm watching this fucking fight.
Well, there's a fight in that chat.
Oh, it was insane. We talked about it on the whole. It was insane.
Okay, we're on a tangent.
Go ahead, Nick. Let's play 2 more minutes here, and then we'll go.
To
over.
your credit,
Where else was it?
But Dave,
where else was it?
Will you let me finish? To your
There
credit,
goes Ordway. He tries
what
to
we
compliment
do is we go to
everybody who was arguing with
Barstool,
him.
and
No
when you have a
crap,
story
that's
there,
where you
we
saw it.
use it
You just
on the
proved my
air.
point. You just proved my point.
But I wasn't the only one.
Yes, you were.
So there were other sides picked up on it.
That's what happens to defense fitters a lot, man. Like they prove other people's points in arguments because they don't know which.
So you're saying there were sites that were picking it up before you started talking about it on the air, other than Barstool?
Yeah, it was out the blogs and stuff like that. We're
Who
talking
cares?
I agree. I agree.
I agree with you.
Differences that make it was a story.
It matters this.
You don't think it was a story?
It matters this because nobody knew Glenn was going to talk about it. He didn't have me on to defend it. He's saying I was barred from coming on, but he was the first guy to talk about it.
Oh, hold on. That's probably true, Glenn. We get the order to not have him on was after the whole thing blew up.
I got the order in the first half hour of that show.
So Wolf became in here. You can't talk about it?
Yes. No, we didn't know. He didn't say we couldn't talk about it. He said because he's an employee, we've got the lawyers dealing with it. We can't put him on the air.
All within 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I get the honest knowing
David,
Wolf,
my guess is pressure from the Patriots.
Honestly, yes. Knowing Wolf and knowing the Patriots,
well, we were told.
Absolutely,
that wouldn't shock. That wouldn't shock.
We were told the next day we couldn't talk about
the next
it at all.
day. It wasn't
and you kept talking about.
Wait a minute, hold on. He claims I talked about it the very
2 days.
next day.
You did.
He said 2 days, and I said we were told you couldn't say anything about it.
You absolutely talked about day 2. You started your show.
You couldn't talk about it in day 2 in the morning.
No, and he was supposed to be on.
How could I talk about it?
Glenn,
How did I talk about it if the edict was we couldn't talk about it?
Because someone's lying.
Because I didn't. I was off the next day.
You weren't off the next.
We could check.
Oh my God. So now he's
he just said,
Nick, stop it real quick.
Because I was off the next day.
Glenn did talk about it. I don't remember if it was 2 days in a row, but he got busted there, and he knew it.
Nick, solo confirm that. Tim, what was that? He knew it. He knew it.
He definitely talked about it.
He talked
on
about
more than one show.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't listen to
Mark it in the Nick. Do what we always do. Mark that in the books.
Mark that in the books.
Yeah, write it down. Yeah, fucking write it down. Fucking write it down.
Yeah, in our notebook that we keep.
But so this is what I found.
You got a legal pad.
What I found funny in that clip is they're talking about, oh, we're not allowed to talk about it in 20. And like, did that happen in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And I think in like Kirk's point of view, he probably wouldn't give a fuck, and he would have been talking about it no problem. Like would have talked about it and trying to get Portnoy on for sure, because I think that would be good radio, good battle. They could have had this battle right up front, right? So that's do you think Kirk orchestrated this whole thing with having Portnoy and Ordway coming?
God, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I hope so. That makes it better. That makes it better.
And not only that, BA, I would imagine that Kirk probably said to Curtis, if it was Curtis at the time, Curtis and Sausage, maybe, I don't know who he was then, if he had said, do not have Dave in here before 9:50 a.m.
Yeah.
So they would catch and the thing I caught on that, listening back to it, is when they thought it was the Patriots that had made that request. Now, as you get to know more about Tom Brady, I would think that it was probably Tom Brady using the Patriots to make that request, just because he reacted to some other things.
And
but Tom would never come out and say it himself, I don't think. But I absolutely think he went to them and said,
I mean, he's acted so off. Like, he's acted so third person when it comes to Barstool, like, throughout his whole career. Like, he always kind of supported them. And as of recently, like, him and Portnoy have talked and hung out at horse races and stuff like that. But, like, Tom Brady would always just like unsolicit like a Instagram post of Barstools or retweet it and something like that, but he would never like officially say he likes them and stuff like that. But he's kind of he's a weird guy in the public.
Yeah, I agree.
Tom Brady.
He's a
How can you
strange
not?
person.
How can you not be in his circumstance? He's dating a fucking super. Well, he's married rather to a supermodel. He kisses.
How does that make him weird?
Yeah, that doesn't make him weird at all.
That in and of itself is weird.
No,
yeah.
Living that public lifestyle,
I think
it would make you fucking weird if you had a ton of money. Like, I don't know.
You would think a guy that's banging a supermodel, like be a quarterback, like I had like a quarterback, he'd be like the most outgoing guy. Like he would be okay with that. Where he's kind of he's a little bit of a odd guy, and that was a good.
Yeah, it's just an odd guy in general.
And that was a good point, Tim. It probably was Brady, because remember how Kirk would say like Brady didn't want certain questions asked to him, and he didn't he was always wanted the softballs, and he wants to keep that public persona and or public image, and then a bunch of guys are debating and fighting about like essentially his son's like penis, right? And it's like
and remember how he reacted, guys, with Alex Rima when Rima made those comments at night on this different show. Brady made it a point to come on that Monday. It was fine, he came on, but he wanted to get his point out there. And he came on and said his piece, and then he said, and that's all I'm going to do today. And he hung up. And that was the Kirk Callahan piece. So absolutely think it was him. He's, and that's fine. But I think he did go through the Patriots.
I think there's actually a question from the chat for Phil, because he hasn't talked in about 15 minutes. So
he's definitely playing God.
I don't know what the question is.
Something about your auction. You're auctioning off items.
I don't know what. That's trying to buy the stuff behind me. Like,
that's cute. That's cute. So what led after this, and we'll finish up after this with the education. What ended up happening with this whole interview? How did it end? Do they hate each other still, or?
I love when Will gets off.
I think it kind of ended like in a detente. They both were right. They were both wrong. If I remember, honestly, it was so long ago. That's a good question. I think this was, again, it was the time when they were doing a crossover, which is, the big break, the intros, the outros, the ads.
And and what you were saying before, you think that's like by telling him to come in at 9:50, you think that's the only way Ordway would agree with it? He kind of or because if he knew it going ahead of time, he might have backed out of the crossover or something like that.
Just from being a listener, I don't think he ever would have had someone in front of him that would confront him on something, because again, he can't walk away. So I think that I don't by any means think that Kirk set him up, because I believe Ordway came in early before 10 o'clock. So I think he could take that opportunity, but I also think that Kirk very wisely made sure that Dave was there around that time to give him the opportunity.
Did you think Kirk and Jerry, or even if it was just Kirk or just Jerry, did they try to utilize Portnoy as much as they could whenever they could?
Again, he was a known entity, but Dave was a blogger.
I'll even put it this way. I'll bring it down to even this. Yeah. But did they reference Barstool a lot? We'll put it that way. Like, did they say they're talking about an article? Would they bring up how Barstool handled it, or you know what I mean?
No,
they would never really do that.
No, not
right.
I mean,
they touch on it. Like,
if there was something that was
like, say how Kirk uses Turtle Boy, say something like that. Did they use him like that kind of a thing? No.
Well, Portnoy went on I guess at first to the Dennis and Callahan show, like when he was more starting up, right? And then Milton, and Milton, and then he would go on Kirk and Callahan when he was, I guess, a bit bigger. I guess he was a bit bigger, more of like a known entity, like you said at that time, right? Or am I wrong about that?
No, I think you're right. And Kirk, you could tell Kirk was always a fan, but it wasn't. Again, Twitter wasn't as big then, so it wasn't talked about as much. And
they were big on Twitter, though. Barstool, like when Twitter started, Barstool was one of the first ones where you saw their handle said Barstool something, and then you're like, okay, so all these guys who are talking about something leads you to one site. Like, that's kind of how I picked up Barstool. I saw their tweeting,
Back then, it was mostly, it was the blogs, right? So everybody go there every day and look at the blog. So if there was something of note, it'd be a reference. But it was mostly, what was the
Smoke shows?
college parties, smoke shows. So there wasn't a lot
Mm-hmm.
of, and that's not really what they, Kirk and Callahan would they would talk more about current events and things like that. But they would absolutely mention Dave for sure. But when you listen to Dave on the air, he's not a great radio personality. Just blustery and
if he has nothing to fight about,
Right?
all he talks about is himself. Like people, when they say they're on radio with Dave, they're like, okay, well, Dave will just do it because it's whatever he wants to talk about. But that could literally just be scatterbrain talk.
Yeah, he's
it's not like it's entertaining, but it is to some people. And when he's fighting somebody, you want every second of that to be live.
He's gotten better on the air, though, to be fair. Like, I mean, 2011, 2012, 2013, that's when I was in New England.
See, I think different than you, Tim. I think he's good on the air. I think I enjoy listening. I'm one of those people that I enjoy when Dave's on.
Yeah,
he's dumb. That's why.
It relates to me and John and Phil and Will, like the dumb guys.
So
obviously, my shit circles out.
His
I'm not dumb.
KNC was definitely very, very Barstool friendly. Definitely, of all the shows that were on there. But then you guys know who Jerry Thornton is, right?
I love Jerry.
Right. So then Jerry went on the air from after writing for Barstool. Then he went on the air. And he was doing radio for a while, and then he chose to go back to Boston. And I think that says a lot.
Yeah,
and Jerry's a pretty funny guy.
Yeah, he gets a ton of shit too for the content he puts out. Like,
he kind of doesn't do much anymore.
Since the Penn buyout, he has not done any sex scandal teachers.
Yeah,
like
they shut that down, right? Did they? I think they.
Yeah, I guess they must have, because since the Penn deal, there has not been one sex scandal teacher article.
I sent him one once. I sent him one from Canada.
Did you really?
Nice. He never looked into. I don't know how much info you have to give him. I just sent him an article.
After BA sent me the Steve's Lies notes,
personal?
I guarantee you, I know why.
First time I got this,
I used to be a teacher, and now
you wonder if that was a move by EI to bring in more of the Barstool crowd, having Jerry on. Jerry's very, very popular here. Barstool is very popular.
Yeah.
Was that their attempt? But it wasn't the same thing. Jerry freaking loves the Patriots, and that's what he would talk about. He'd talk about sports.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they brought him in for sports or for the Barstool audience, but it didn't translate. And the first chance, it seems like Jerry got it. It seems like he jumped.
Yeah.
I guess Jerry was because he doesn't really do any podcast. Like he did a football one for a bit, but then doesn't do it anymore. So he doesn't really do anything on air. So
it's just blogging. Yeah.
I think it's just blogging for the most part. Like he doesn't really do podcasts, but I guess he's a great writer, so he's sticking to what he's good at.
So I forget, John, how this ends. Do you guys want to play the end of it?
Yeah, we can play the
last.
Nick,
play the very end. Last 2 minutes of this, and we'll end on that. And Tim, before we play this, Nick, do you want to stay on? We're doing the Mount Rushmore of video games, like our childhood video games. So I mean, you're a different generation than us. He's like the Tetris game. The Tetris.
I don't know. I'd embarrass myself, but I will say this: I love video games. Love them.
I love them.
I love them.
Yeah.
What's that?
You can stay on. If you want, you can stay on and chirp us. It's up to you. Nick.
All right. I do have a few that I want. All right.
There you go. Nick, it could just be your favorite games. Nick, go right ahead. 2 minutes. Yeah, that's good. Look at Mr. Portnoy.
It was a letdown. This was better than
give you credit, Glenn. I thought you would have come in and bow down. I thought you would get on a knee like Brandon Marshall, and you did not.
I'm proud of what we did here.
Oh, knee.
Can we have someone look up the facts on
yes,
this?
Portnoy won't let go.
Exactly. You said at the break you'd come back and do this again. I don't know how long.
He still holds this. He still holds this too.
When you come back, we're going to have the sound, right?
Yes.
From Glenn's second day.
Thank you.
And you say he talked about it. He says he didn't.
He says he wasn't even here.
To be honest with you, I'm vague about what.
I
can tell you this. The station, no.
Did you misremember?
He's right about this. The station talked about it. They talked about it during the weekend. That weekend, shows were talking
what
about
day
it.
of the week did it blow up?
It went on for
I believe
days.
it's Thursday, and then he was Thursday, Friday.
I think you're right. All right. And we'll talk to Wolfie, too. When you would like to hear what he has to say?
Can I put him in my back pocket?
Yes. We'll put him on the phone if you want, and we'll find out if Wolfie told you.
I put him in my back.
Are you friends with Wolf?
Yeah, we're friends. I mean, that's.
I'll take that with him.
Who's Wolf, Tim?
Program director. Before Zavano.
Yeah, he was a program director. I think he was on Enough About Me too.
Is he gonna end it with a bang?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had already left the station, and Kirk did an interview with him. Yeah, so that's how it petered out. Where Ordway, it sounds like Portnoy still wouldn't let it go, and Ordway.
Oh yeah, so
he
just
won't let it go.
To mention, so this was like right when Dave got his big money. So this Milton's event apparently was like a raffle, and like he spent a bunch of money and bought everything. He outbidded everybody. So he was on like a power trip this show right after that Ordway thing happened. I remember Dave brings up this story all the time because it was like he went to this Miltonism event just to be a rich person. Like it's his first rich person story, you know? So this is like from two sides of the coin is a different story for Minute fans and Barstool people.
And by the way, Glenn's still on.
Yeah, he's on the midday show.
He's safe. He's fucking safe.
Glenn,
like
Merloni, and
what are they like? 12th or 11th? What did they say?
Shuri?
So 10-2 is
Ordway, Maloney,
Rod, Dale, and Keith.
Oh,
that's
Keith and Dale, and then OMF was on it too.
At least,
the guy's he's got longevity. Give him credit for that.
He tried to do some kind of someone said he tried to do some kind of subscription service, or go out on his own as well. He tried to do that. Ordway.
Well, he could argue both points of the same topic. That's what damn sure. And still not take the side. So that might work out for him.
Yeah. So let's do this. I think that was a good one to go over this week, especially with what's going on with Barstool and everything in Jamel Hill. So let's get into
ad read. We got an ad read.
Let's get into the ad read. Will, I think you said you were doing this one.
No,
or
I think I.
Wait, Tim gets to take part of one of our famous ad reads. Welcome.
Are we we're actually doing this? Okay.
Are we doing that? Yeah. We'll do that one. BA. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
How are you? So people are saying Hawaiian shirts are racist. Well, we're here to say, are we here to say buy Hawaiian shirts or sell Hawaiian shirts? I don't know. But the thing is, if they're racist, if Hawaiian shirts are racist, then racism doesn't make sense. So buy Hawaiian shirts. I think that's what our ad read was.
Support the sponsors. Go to Milton's, buy Hawaiian shirts. Will, why did we do that? Why did we do that, Will? That was Will's idea.
Read and heard that Hawaiian shirts are not racist.
I don't know. I feel like nobody else heard that.
I don't know.
By the way, was that Milton's yesterday? Not sure I saw a single Hawaiian shirt.
This guy leaves the show one day, doesn't even support the sponsors. Jesus Christ. He's like, go to TommyBahama.com and use promo code.
That's probably why.
Okay. Go to Milton to get your Tommy Bahama.
There you go. Tim just said there is absolutely none there. So we are.
I'm just saying I didn't see any, but I want to in the clearance section. So
there you go. Yeah, it's a different. There's a whole different store outside of that. I'm usually in the same boat. So we are getting into the Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. Yeah. So we're gonna do the Mount Rushmore video games. Tim, I don't know if you know.
Well, your mom's looking for you. It must be dinner time.
Well,
that's my dad.
Hey, Dad. Will, take that trash out.
That's my dad. Cameo.
Will's dad. That would be a little parody account, I'm sure. So we're doing
he's probably like, I thought this internship's over. You didn't even get a couple credits, and you're still on. What's going on?
Student loans are due, bud. So we are doing Mount Rushmore of video games when we grew up. So like our favorite childhood video games. Tim, you could obviously do any video game you want. If somebody takes something, then you can't take it. That's the only rule. You only have to pick 4. Tim, we'll let you go first.
Oh, God.
Then we're going to go me. We're going to go Phil, B.A., Will. Will's last. Right, but it's snake draft, so Will, you'll go twice, and then Tim.
I know how fucking snake drafts work.
I'm explaining it to the guest, you fucking asshole. All right, so first off, we're going with Tim.
There's no way that you guys know these games, because do you know what arcade games are?
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
I own amusements business.
I have a couple of arcade games.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, you ever heard of Fun Spot?
No,
I've heard of Fun Spot. Yeah, in New Hampshire, right?
Yes,
that's where the King of Kong documentary.
Yes,
King of Kong is my favorite documentary.
Great movie. It's almost so good you think it's fake, right?
Do you follow Billy Mitchell? I've been trying to get Billy Mitchell on this show since the first day we had it.
unbelievable movie. One of my cousins was there when the guy flipped the machine. He was up at Fun Spot. He called me and said, "You got to listen to it. All these whack jobs are running around saying he's going to flip it. He's going to flip it. He's going to flip it." And I heard, what's his name? Billy's the bad guy, right?
So Billy's the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the other guy?
I always forget that guy's name.
It's like Dan or something.
Yeah, it's the most vanilla looking guy in the world.
Yeah.
Might be John. Fuck.
So he was there. My cousin was there when that guy flipped the machine.
Well, did
Fun
that,
Spot.
that guy with
Fun
the fucking
Spot's the largest arcade game location in the world. It's
really?
So anyway, yeah. It's a long way to get to it. My favorite arcade game is Russian Attack. But my favorite video game growing up was Nintendo's Aviat Baseball. Like the first version ever created.
Yep. Put it down. That's number one.
Put that in our secret notebook, Nick.
Put it in the notes,
Put it in the notebook, Nick.
But this way, it's so old. Kevin Mitchell was on the Giants.
Oh,
It was like 1980 something.
So old. I don't even know what. I don't know.
Exactly. He was Batman.
I have the 2-pick. I am going with an obvious one, guys. I'm going GoldenEye. The king of RPG. The king of RPG, Phil. You hear what I said? Who has 2 or 3? Phil?
I have 3. Yeah, I'm gonna pick 2 because I do what I want. Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, 2 all-time.
Yeah, no, that counts.
That counts.
You gotta play both at the same time.
We're doing
best online missions. You get that one mission with Captain Price.
He was a kid then.
All healed up, right? You get all into that terminal. You get a terminal mission. It's fire.
Yo, BA just goes, I thought we were doing childhood games, and like he doesn't realize Phil was a child.
Yeah,
that's true.
He was like 20 years younger than me, and you got like. All right, who has next? BA?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a Super Nintendo game, Donkey Kong Country 3.
Great.
Number 3. That was my favorite game.
Okay, Will, you have 2 picks.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Smash for N64, Super Smash Bros. Fucking electric, best game of all time. And I'm gonna go with the Madden that Michael Vick was on the cover with, because you just roll out 4 verts, throw a Hail Mary, or I think it was 06 or 07.
I feel like it
The
was
original Blitz, are you saying?
No, I'm saying the Madden. There's
Michael Vick, that's 04, I think, or 02.
Yeah, is it? Go for that one. Yeah, I had it for game.
Yeah.
Oh, then I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I was like, can I go like high school games too?
Yeah, you
Tim,
can go.
do you still play games now?
I mean, I was 10.
Like with your son and stuff like that?
Nah. Good. So good question. I'm hearing all the games you guys are talking about, and I've got a few kids, and I hear them. They play all of these until like 2 a.m. So yeah, PS4, Xbox. I think 2 Xboxes, PS4,
Nintendo Switch.
No Nintendo Switch. Just the old Nintendo Wii. I do. I just can't keep up. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, I can't even. Like, I play video games with Phil. I feel like I'm 110 years old. So who do we have now? BA, right?
No, it's me. Right? It's me.
We'll win twice.
I did too. Yeah. So yeah, Smash, and the man with the
snake.
Oh fuck! I didn't write this down. Okay, I'm gonna go with fuck. I had it off. Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Okay, good guess. Or not guess. Good guess. Good guess. I mean, you kind of did guess.
Tommy Vercetti. That guy was a legend.
Yeah,
you know.
But he was in Grand Theft Auto 3 too. He was the original character in 3.
Yeah, Vice City was I played a lot of hours for Vice City in high school.
Vice
City. Well, I mean, there was 3, and then Vice City.
Oh, for Vice City.
Yeah. Phil, you're up.
Other way around.
I'm gonna go with Wii Sports Resort. It's an all-time game.
Great game.
Great hell yeah!
Well done. You fly the planes around. You fly the planes around the island. You get the bowling. It's a sick game.
Dude,
so many great games.
Bowling. I got tennis, like permanent tennis elbow from the fucking from Wii Bowl.
I played that so much.
Oh God!
All right, I'm up, and then Tim.
Oh
no, Tim's first, so he'll have 2.
Oh yeah.
So I am going with Mario 64, original OG Mario. Great game. I'm immediately switching my game. I'm not picking Mario 64. I'm picking Star Fox. It's my favorite 64 game. I made a switch on the podium there. I'm going Star Fox. Star Fox was my favorite 64 game.
I don't even know that game.
Star Fox?
Nope.
No one? Fuck you guys. All right, Tim, you're up for two.
Yeah,
Wow, the disdain on your face at that.
Every time I sit on 64, I have to beat Star Fox. I love that game. It's one of the best.
I mean, I have a couple N64 games. That doesn't even crack my like top.
Well, you're also like 25, so you're a lot younger than me. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Tim. You have 2 picks now. So
Two
you're next.
picks. Okay. Next one is the original Legend of Zelda. Again, on the first Nintendo.
Bro.
Speaking of Zelda, Link is in the comments right now. I just had to mention
the original. So
you're talking about before and
Madden
stuff.
04. It's Madden 04. Thanks, Nick. But the original Zelda
with the
first
cartridge and the things never worked. You had to blow the dust out, and I was so obsessed with that game. I couldn't beat it. I would. So
I have a massive.
What a loser I am.
I'm kind of.
I remember
I would play it and record it on my VCR, and then I would go back and review it and see what I had done.
Watch tape. Just watch tape. Man.
Watch the tape and break it down.
You could have been an esports specialist back in the day.
Way before that, it was. I was obsessed with that game.
Story about how I got my first Nintendo. So my grandfather, he buys and sells properties, and we were cleaning out this one place. I had to have been like 6 years old, and I found a Nintendo, an original Nintendo, a bunch of games, and then some porno mags. And I tried to like sneak the porno mags in. I didn't know what the fuck I was.
Andy froze. He still doesn't know.
Anyways, I got caught, and my parents were happy that I wasn't gay. That was about
wow. We do not endorse. So
I mean, my dad.
It's okay to be. Hey, well, it's okay. It's okay if you are. It's okay if you are. We're totally cool with it.
Yeah, we're totally fine with it.
That's the bigger question. Who cares if you're gay? Where are the games?
The game.
So Tim, did you do one right there, or do you have another one left?
Yep, I got another one. This is. I would play this tonight if I had time. Soviet Strike on Wii. In it, the whole
you like playing the Russians. You like
this one. Actually, this one you're fighting the North Koreans, and it has Kim Jong-il in it.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yes, and so it's all about the South being invaded by the North Koreans, and the graphics are not pretty old, but I still love that game. Still, because if you don't win, the whole game blows up in the movie War Games. It's a nuclear explosion across the whole game, and everybody's cried. It was before its time, and I still play it if I had time.
Call back to the Billy Mitchell documentary, the end screen. Hey, we got a Donkey Kong end screen coming. Yeah, end screen. You guys want to check out it?
Yeah, you guys want to come check out
that fucking nerdy guy who just walking around?
Yeah. Like the guy who worked at the store, the guy who worked at the arcade. Yeah,
end
screen.
Didn't it have like a cowboy thing, like a fistful of something, fistful of tokens or something?
Oh, fistful of quarters, I think.
Fistful of quarters.
Yeah.
Good movie. I'm at this.
Okay, so that was your second and third. So my third, I'm gonna go with.
Sounds good at this.
I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed.
OG.
Yeah, not the OG, the second one, Brotherhood. Brotherhood, probably. Brotherhood had a great fucking trailer. I was kind of a kid then too, so
Assassin's Creed 3 is
it's not my favorite Assassin's Creed, but it's I pushed it as far back as I could. So I love the Assassin's Creed games; they're the best. I would choose Red Dead Redemption, but that's too new of a game. So, Phil, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the original Black Ops. Dude, that campaign was
no. We have a new segment later called Disavow and shit. I disavow that, bro.
I would say the original.
They didn't figure Black Ops out until 2. Black Ops 1 fucking sucked, dude.
No, it did not, dude. The campaign was insane. When you were Resident
campaign was awesome.
The campaign was awesome.
The multiplayer was so. Well, the campaign only lasted like 24 hours.
I'm a big campaign guy.
Yeah. BA, who do you have for your
airport lobby?
I have NHL Blades of Steel 99.
Good choice. It's a good choice.
It's a great game.
I love hockey games. NHL. I had NHL something. It was like 2000, maybe 2000.
Nope.
It was when the
stop. They're still picks.
Okay, go ahead.
2 of them.
Sorry,
I'm not up.
to cut you off.
Am I up? Wait. Oh no, I am.
No. Yeah.
I'm gonna take
2 picks for you.
I'm gonna take NHL Hits. On the GameCube, bro. The 3 buttons, bro. You spin. Fucking that was just the best game ever. NHL Hits. And for my second pick, I I mean, I have a ton of fucking honorable mentions, but I'm gonna go with Phoenix for the TI 83 or 84 calculator. Anybody?
I mean, that's a low key, not funny joke, but you're right. It had some funny. That block game was fun,
bro. No, but the game Phoenix, like, I'm pretty sure it's an arcade game as well. Like, you just go in and fucking you're.
Shout out to those calculators for just like throwing kids a bone back in the day. Because they were the only ones who threw kids a bone back in the day. You know what? Shout out, Will. That was a good pick, actually. I like that pick.
Oh,
Thank you.
fuck.
Thank you.
What's this game called?
That's a really good choice.
I got it.
Did you do two? Because I didn't pay attention to the first one. What was it?
Yeah, I did. The first one.
NHL hits. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So BA, your last pick.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. I think this is the game. No, it's not. Okay, I can't remember. But I'm gonna go with. I think it was called Demolition Derby.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it's the right. I don't know. But these guys were on like motorcycles, and you hit people on motorcycles and stuff.
Talking about Rocket League.
I don't know. So I'm gonna switch my pick because I can't remember the game, and I'm gonna go Mega Man. Mega Man on.
Great game.
Yeah, Mega Man. I think it was on the
Sonic. It was on Sega. It was on
Sega. Yeah. So because I remember my buddy. I had
one on Genesis or on Game Gear.
Oh, okay. I had Super Nintendo, and then my buddy had Sega Genesis. So then I would play the Mega Man at his house, and that game was awesome.
Nice. Phil, who do you have for your last pick?
My last pick is Halo Reach. That game was
great game.
I guess
Phil has the advantage here because a lot of good games when he was a kid and we were 20 years old.
Halo Reach was great. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Halo 2. Like, I had to have logged on that shit. Oh,
when I like started smoking weed, Halo came out, and I used to just get real stoned and play Halo and just look at the sky in Halo.
Yeah,
that's how
Halo 3 times.
Battlefront in a spaceship.
Our roommate.
So, and then we got me for my last pick. I am picking. This is a tough last pick because I don't know.
There are a lot of good fucking video games on the board, man. Honorable mentions is going to be strong.
I'm going to go with Tokyo Drift. No, not Tokyo Drift. It's called no. It's not. It's called Street Racer, Highway Racer Tokyo something. Someone will figure it out, but one of our 1,000 listeners will figure it out.
Nick, look up the video game that he's talking about.
And then we had Tim, your last two picks. Nick, unmute him.
Yeah, just one more pick, not two.
Oh, yeah, just one more pick, right?
Yeah,
he's just got one more pick. I can unmute him. He's looking up the other thing.
Last one.
Our roommate.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the tried and true Super Mario, Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers.
On Wii Mario Brothers.
Wii Mario. Okay, that's a good game.
That's three. That's three. Super Mario Brothers 3, but for Wii, that game is great.
Is that the one you can have 4 players?
And you could turned your controller sideways. Oh, that game was fucking because it's basically just Super Mario Brothers 3, but you could play you could co-play. What's that called, Phil? Co-op. And that game was great, man. I used to play.
I played that with the family, and we had great times, and we argue and yell at each other.
Shout out to the Wii. Like the Wii brought a nice little revolution in video gaming because everybody just went back to basic bowling and stuff.
Yeah,
and
it was something to do in the winter if you can't get out.
How about Mario? How about Mario Kart for Wii? Holy shit!
I like the original Mario Kart, and that's it.
Yeah, I have the original on my list, but Mario Kart for Wii, if you got the controller.
Any honorable mentions for you? Anybody else have honorable mentions? Will, you said you had 1,000, so why don't we list them off one by one?
Okay. Star Wars Dune Racing for N64.
Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap, great games.
I was gonna say for just the original Game Boy, like the Gold and Silver.
See, I have Pokemon Red and Blue.
Diamond. I also have Pac-Man Arcade on my list.
Yeah.
All the NCAA football video games, like when they were making profit.
Yeah. Phil, you have any honorable mentions before we go to Tim?
Battlefront 2, like the old one, and then also the new Battlefront games. But that's not really childhood. I'm playing those now. And then Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was a great game.
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 was a great game.
Phil, I have a question for you.
Bad Company 2 was a great game. What?
Did you ever experience, because this was another honorable mention, Griffey 97 baseball for N64? Did you ever?
He was born in 99 or
and then there's Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball Slam Fest. There's 2 games.
Listen, I'm talking about Ken Griffey Baseball.
Slugfest.
Ken Griffey Baseball. No, not
Okay.
Slug. Yeah, the other one.
Okay.
Did you ever get to experience fucking N64? Like, or what, dude?
That sucked. N64 was the best system. I have a huge shout out to Backyard Baseball and all backyard sports for the computer.
FIFA Street, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Great game. Sims. I love all those games.
Habbo Hotel.
Any last mentions before
Oregon Trail, bro?
we head out?
I used to be a scammer. I used to be a scammer and Habbo Hotel, steal people's furniture by like running a scam for my cousin.
My
Again,
God.
did you turn that into a story you sent to Bosco? Sports the game. Last one, a very old school one, but it was one you could not play together, but you could have a contest with your friends. One 4 plays, track and field on Nintendo.
Okay.
You'd literally your knuckles.
OG Nintendo
would bleed, because the buttons you have to do AB at the same, AB.
Yeah.
So you rub the controller with your knuckles, and guys would open their knuckles up.
A little technique, though.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, video games make you an unreal finger banger.
Yeah. Wow. Will. So we're at an hour 5. So let's do this. We're gonna do the last segment. It's kind of we're gonna do as a sign out every week, and we'll just explain what we're doing here. Tim, you can stick on and take part.
Actually, I get a
probably
jet
gotta
voice.
go.
Yeah,
Boy has a wife and kids.
Yeah, we were gonna let you go before Mount Rushmore, but we didn't know if you wanted to talk some video.
No,
games.
thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. My neighbor's pool, believe it or not, is flooded, so we're trying to help get it all sorted out. Yeah, it's weird to think a pool flooded.
You guys had a bunch of rain up there, so go take care of what you got.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
So we're gonna introduce a new segment, and this is gonna be our sign off. This is kind of like finishing people off. What'd you say, Phil?
No, I said I think we could hear that pool flooding. You guys hear that like motion?
It sounded like
I think that was the fan in his.
No, I think it was. Fucking. I was trying to think. It was.
Shout out Nick for having him on mute, like whenever that was.
It's such a better producer than you did.
I was gonna
So
say
good.
it was as wet as
Producer in
some
the
everlasting gobstoppers and boxes, you know.
Yeah. Make sure everybody, before we announce this, make sure everybody tunes into the outro. It's better than the intro. So we're gonna do a new segment. It's called.
We have an ad read first, John.
No, we don't. We're going into this.
We are very long. We are very long.
We have a new segment. It is what name do we want to go with this?
I think it has to be sponsored by a certain show. It has to be sponsored by a certain show.
The segment's called "What do you think about this one, Phil?" And it's sponsored by Quantum Week, the Quantum Week podcast. Because for people who don't know,
I thought it was called "We're just getting out ahead of it." We're getting out ahead of it.
That was the first thing.
Got it.
Let's get out ahead of this. It's called.
It's called
Let's
Gonna
get
Jump Out Ahead of This and Disavow. Gonna get out ahead of this and disavow.
Sponsored by Quantum Week.
So we've been constantly accused of, we should be disavowing these people, and like Zonker, who we didn't know. So we want to start a new segment and say we want to get ahead of this. Let's disavow it now, and then when the world is right, like they always are, when shit hits the fan, we'll be ahead of it. So I don't know if many people have seen, but BA and Phil are huge friends of famous trolls known as Sneakers and Dummy, and a lot of people don't like that, and they won't disavow. So we have been disavowing right off the bat in the beginning of the morning, and now we're going to disavow right now for the show. BA, who do you have for your disavow?
So I'm going first. My disavow. I was gonna. Are we disavowing people? We're gonna disavow people. Or just
whatever you want.
I was gonna
do it.
I was gonna. Or you want me to do what we talked about? Well, I was gonna disavow. Maybe in the future someone might have a couple extra drinks and go out on social media and get fucked up, say a bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna disavow right now if that ever happens. So I'm disavowing. Anything. I'm disavowing. So
now, when you're talking in the third person, there, are you talking about yourself?
I'm just talking about anyone in general. Like if someone does it, I disavow. If I do it, I disavow. We're disavowing, right?
Yeah, we're disavowing.
Yeah, we got a comment. Let's get ahead of this one and shave Will's head. People.
Happened Tuesday. That was in the news. You were watching earlier, but
Phil, who do you have for disavow? This is an important one, Phil, because you're accused of this a lot.
Oh,
I disavow everybody but myself because anybody, they turn into, you know,
really ruined the segment for the future there with that answer.
It fucking took away all credibility the segment had ever. Like, any that it possibly could have mustered is completely gone now.
Like
Thank you.
balloon. But go on, Phil.
That's my pick. Because I need to save, because that's what they make it seem like. You have to safeguard. I know everybody has to know who I like and who I don't like and who I disavow and who I'll fucking play Call of Duty with. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Go back to double XP. What do we got? Well,
okay, so I'm gonna disavow wife beaters, both the T-shirt and the act. You know, the quarantine, domestic violence been going up. Hot roommate without a shirt, nipple.
You saw it live. 1 minute 10.
We kind of look like that in the mirror.
We're gonna get views. A lot of views.
Put it in the notebook.
Yeah. But anyways, wife beaters. I'm gonna go ahead and disavow those.
Okay. Really fucking hot take, Will. Anything else, or you said you had a bunch of them, or no?
No, I don't have a bunch of them. I mean, what do you want us to disavow? What do you want us to disavow? I mean, I could. Yeah, no, let's just go to Clout. Let's just go to Clout and then play the outro.
We're not doing Clout.
We're not doing Clout. Mine is I disavow the I'm going to disavow ESPN right now.
Okay,
I think something's about to happen.
So
I want to get ahead of this and disavow ESPN. Fuck yeah, I never liked them to begin with, but I'm done with them.
They're gonna have a big old scandal.
All right, that was enough talking from Will and everybody else. We love you guys. Nick, cue the dancing lobsters.
Yeah.
This is Jason from Attleboro. Are you fucking kidding me? 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 1 through 16, 1 through 8, 1 through 4. Jason from Attleboro isn't in that shit. I told Mrs. Latino Kirk her kids are nice. I told Alpha T for fucking boss was fucking prime. I told Tara that I would keep those everlasting gobstoppers right out of their cloth all day long. Laura Lynn?
Shut up.
I'd fuck her. My dad, I grew up in a hard path, but the future is bright for Jesus or Attleboro. So fucking respect the legend, respect the truth, and respect the boss. Silver tongue Attleboro out.
The elevator opens for no one.
Fire.
And plans on making
Betty Borders in the morning.
It's on fire. And plans on making me. And plans on making me.
Everyone
looks like everyone. Just like snowflakes already melt.
His heart matters.
You're too busy to accept it.
Matters. Mary fuck Phil.
And we already met. And we already met. Everyone looks like everyone.